Bright eyes, turn around, take a look what's going on in the heart as we celebrate the day of the arrival of sweet Mary J. in full conscious presence, wouldn't you say? Here on the radio network called Hazy with Grandpaw Koyote and a whole bunch of celebratory friends from the coyote world on outward through the angelic realms and beyond that too, babies, into everything we are and everything we think, do, and say as creation today. Right now here in this Merry Christmas show on the day of Mary Jane, babies. And she's done a lot more than ease your pain. She's brought you back to the heart, the very heart of life, the love that you are, so that you can finally frickin' understand that and let go of the anger that says it was ever anything different than that. And love the experience we've had here in the experience of polarity, man. We were doing some pole dancing in that polarity, all of us, male and female, man. And, you know, holding ourselves up for the cheapness of money and other shallow and hollow things, not realizing that, wow, there was a certain amount of enjoyment, no matter which side of that thing we were playing on. You know, not realizing that we were always, no matter what we were doing in that old pole dance of polarity, we were always in loving service to one another. Whether we came as the shadowy, almost invisible reindeers of Santa Claus, or whether we came as sweet Mary J. herself, the honest love that's earnest in everyone, that brings us back to life, because we are the children of the stars, the children of the sun, and Mother Earth has just begun with us. Because we're baby loves, man, even though we're more ancient than the hills and the dust that surrounds them, baby. We're more ancient than the tree, and ooh, as ancient as the sweet Mary J. herself. Created of her love, and oh, so long ago, it's like there was no time, and there never will be, because we're always in that one creative moment, expanding. When Mary J. gave us our way and says, okay, children, you got your run. Take it where you will. I know it's going to be a lot of fun, but take it where you will. Because Mama let you, baby. Mama's heart knows you. Mama's heart flows with you and makes no requirement upon you. Makes no path of right or wrong, or least or most, or upside down and backwards. However, Mama just loves you. Mama sees the equitous love in all of you, and in all of the experience you create within and around you, too. Even as you try something as nasty as that little CERN project over there in Switch Around Land. Yeah, they wanted to switch it around, didn't they? But a little old molehill became a mountain and took them down, man. Because guess what? Humanity's coming around no matter what the cabal or anybody else wants, you know. Science be duped in the process, and so it was, man. Merry Christmas, everyone. The day of Mary J. has begun. You see what I say? It's a real thing, kids. Not just joking around, but joking around we are, you darn right. In a serious sort of way. Yeah, the dog stars come into play. The loyal love of the grandmother of love, the sweet Mary J. It's comical, it's coyote, it's as out of whack as could be. And the greatest arrival of consciousness there could ever be. When you know you're in the flow and she's there with you always. And she don't ever let go, no matter how far we stretch it. You see what her sweet love's been telling us all along? And why her sacred herb came back into popularity when it did. No matter the background manipulation by the CIA or any other skullduggerous pieces of shit that happen to be moving around in this reality then. That shit has become the fertile element by which we grow now. The skullduggery as it dissolves away and gives itself back to the mystery of truth, the resolution of clarity. Well, guess what? That's the day of Mary J. And that's the day we play here today, man. It's 12/22, don't you know, or 22/12 for you guys over in the European side and the metric side of things. Anyway, yeah, but that's just a calendaric date that don't mean anything. Now, the moon cycles, pay attention to where we are now in this waning of the moon, man. It's a ripening cycle called harvest time, in some circles anyway. Maybe some people speak of it astrologically that way. I don't know, Are you listening, Tommy Lesher? I hope so, man. You sure been getting around, haven't you? Spreading it all around. Well, we all are on a journey beyond compare, just like Miss G. Roo today, showing up out of nowhere like a snowflake, man. And then she melted away, man, like snowflakes do, but she'll be back again to play tomorrow here on the Hazy Radio Network with Grandpaw Koyote and all of our friends within and all about us. See, we're gathering together in ways that we couldn't even comprehend before, that go way beyond anything we've known in the 3D or the normal lives we've lived. You see, it's a spiritual thing, man. It's an energetic thing. It's a energy in motion. It's the light of life, becoming the love that we are, allowing us to see beyond the veils of untruthfulness. It's a dissolution of all lies, a resolution for all hearts that have suffered in that life for oh so God blessed long now, that Mama can't do anything but love us right out of it. See, she let us have our way. We took it to the limit now, didn't we? But there's a cycle and a season and a time and a place. And guess what, man? Time just fell on its face. Do you really know what time it is? Do you think you care about what time it is? I think you're going to find out if you ain't feeling it already and living it to the fullest extent possible. Well, baby, it's just only because you're still coming around, but you're feeling it. You cannot avoid it. Dickie boy, I know he listens in every day, man. Poor guy. He's so obsessed with the spy nature of the CIA. Poor little Dickie. He's so confused. Let's send him some good love and help him defuse himself from that obsession that he has with the Wicked Witch of the East there, okay? I mean, Bill's forgiven him. We can forgive him too, okay? But Dickie, the only way out is to tell the truth. And how do you tell the truth? Well, you got to be the truth. Then you can live it. Then you can speak of it, see? Before you didn't even know there was truth, did you, buddy? Yeah. Hey, babies, he's not the only one finding out. Don't you pout, babies. We're coming around in the way. Ooh, the coyotes are always found. Supremely superb, even when we're down. Speaking of America and New York City and such, well, how many of you have seen that little article that's kicking around on the internet? Well, it's been reported in several places where the former mayor of New York City, man, Mayor Giuliano, as he's been called in the past, has, written a confession at last, or at least a bit of one, and admitted that he was duplicitous with a Kabbalic-type organization and sold his soul to the devil in order to be, mayor of New York City and do fun things for people, but never got to do the fun things and found himself involved in a sick world that made him want to throw up every doggone day, and probably did, too. He doesn't say that, but probably did. And even goes in a little bit to the 911 thing. That's what reminded me of it anyway, was 911 just a few minutes ago. Here in the Mountain Time Zone, I saw it down there on the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, 911. Well, now the truth is coming out no matter what, Most people involved in that conspiracy now are either dead or wishing they were, because they know the truth is coming out no matter what. And Mayor Giuliano, whether that's a legitimate report or not, it's an indication of what is to be, and just a mere indication, because I'm telling you guys, time is coming when those have ruled over us. In fact, the time is now, in fact, just can't lie. We're moving into the age of the blue star, the age of truth, as some have called it, the age of Aquarius. Age, it's not an age at all. It's a regenerative state, a multidimensional presence coming forward, to expand us right on out of this 3D. But we're rooted down here, don't you see? This is where the heart chose to put its roots down into the Mother Earth's heart through the organic experience of love, given in a watery, fluid, flexible sort of way, see? So, baby, we all got to stay that fluid and flexible way, and don't let any of this political bullshit take us away, no matter how big a lie it might be, Truth is right around the bend, you see? And that's why the kids up in the Indian nations of the central northern plains there, got this Standing Rock thing going, man. They understand the world coming, and they're really trying to help prepare us for it, because the world coming is what's already here. And yes, it is multidimensional. And it's way beyond anything anybody can describe right now, you understand? Because living it is quite a bit different than trying to talk about it, and trying to describe it when you're down here in the crunched down densified 3D. It is almost impossible to really describe the multidimensional life, the reality of the full presence of your love through every aspect of creation and every element of your energy that's involved in that creation, through every dimension, parallel realm there could ever be, because we're all united in that creation. We are the children of the universe, the star children, the star beings. You darn right we're the star beings, and then some. Most of us shine brighter than the sun in the sky here, man, And we're just starting to realize that a wee bit here, a wee bit there, learning to fly, but it's for you right out of the Valley of Dreams. Because you learned how to do the dance down there in that Valley of Dreams, in that tormenting desert. That hell that frustrated the crap right out of you, man. Yeah, roasted you in the daytime, froze you at night, stung you, scratched you, catched you, burned you, and then bit you to death to boot it all off, Yet, what did it do? Bring you around to a heart that's just going to astound everybody, because it already astounds you. Inside of you, an amazing 360-degree, multidimensional, aspectual heart that is the living center of creation. From your perspective and from all perspectives in you, yes, that is the center. You are the very center of creation, though. You don't want that to go to your false and shallow little side, because then it'll just go, oh yeah, now I deserve this, that, and the other. Well, baby, we all deserve that. And we're all getting what we deserve as we allow ourselves to see that we do deserve it. To move past the ideas of guilt and shame and see the behaviors that we are so disappointed in as a thing of the past. Not anything we're going to dawdle around in anymore or even let last. The thought of it has gone. The idea of mistaken applications in the reality just kind of dissolves away, because we see that we have learned and grown from every experience here. And on that level alone, there is no mistake and can never be a mistake. There's only love emotion like the waves on the ocean, and it's as natural as those waves are, compelled into being by the spirit wind, the energy of life that moves us into the being of creation and the fluid movement in that being. See, the wind and the energy of life work together with the mother of love, the water, to bring forth the organic life, which is our root, the nurturing root that feeds the multidimensional presence with the deepest of feelings, so that creation becomes the greatest and most expansive blossom it could ever be. Given of the heart of the innocent children of humanity, don't you see? And if all these ages haven't proven anything to us, it's that we are innocent. That's the gift of the coyote, man, to the human race. That innocence. That is the secret of coyote survival and thrival. That's why you can't kill them. And that's why they only grow. The more you torment them, the better they are. And the more there are of them, until you can't torment them no more. It's because they know the innocence. That's the smile on their faces. And they sing for it all the time. They sing it into being. Have you noticed coyotes singing in the daylight? If you live out in the boonies somewhere, I bet you have, and many times over in the last 20 years or so, but especially, maybe the last 3 or 5 years. There's been a lot of that coyote singing in the sunrise kind of stuff since we started this radio show, too, which is a reflection of what the coyote is here to do. Remind us that we're innocent so we can get through with all the guilty, tormented-ass bullshit, especially warfare. And that includes the war between the saxes and the clarinets, okay? You guys just got to learn that you live in harmony. You're all part of the same band. And the same symphonies playing through you. Each at their own level, each in their own way, but each by their own right, too. That's your gift to the universal life. That's who you are. The imperfection of trying to swallow coffee and talk at the same time, man. Sometimes we get cross-wired, you know. I'm still, honest to goodness, learning how to eat and talk and swallow and, you know, do all those things we used to take for normal. I'm having to learn it all over again because I got these conditions from this surgery I had. And, you know, it has required me to start over. It's like, wow, on many different levels and many different ways. But you know what I see? I see humanity in the same stages and levels that I seem to bear inside of my personal life here. That, yeah, we've made some really tremendous errors, as they say, but there's no errors, there's no mistakes. We've learned and grown, you see? And the more you can see of that, the more you can see of the growth, the truth of the heart's way in every moment. Like, for example, the most evil beings might exist just so you can learn to get over it. And so then you can unimprison these beings who have imprisoned themselves in this form of disempowerment, those that are evil, and help them flip the switch. The flow goes on, just no matter which way it goes. See, and if you get over your ideas of polarity, then perhaps that polarity is no longer exists in that world that surrounds you, i.e., the ones that have ruled over us. Perhaps, you know, the good guys become what the bad guys were. And not vice versa, man. We're not reversing polarity. We're neutralizing polarity in the sense that the neutron bomb has come into being. And it's not a bomb that neutralizes life. It's a bomb that takes the polarity out of it and fills it with sweet love. So when this bomb goes off, first there's a little tiny trickle of love, and then there's a tremendous explosion of conscious, aware love, scattering right throughout the whole universe, starting right here on Earth. It's a reconstructive bomb, you know, one that's more like a balm, B-A-L-M, you know, that's here to, you know, soothe the wounded souls and get us back to life again in that miraculous sort of way that only human beings are capable of, because we know how to dream creation into being. And we're just starting to remember that. Coyote medicine through and through now, isn't it? I don't know about you, but wow, today's a good day to be alive, ain't it? And waking up to a reality that we couldn't even imagine before, because it's beyond our imagination. Instead of the creation of the mother-loving heart of sweet Mary J. Yeah, we'll give her honor and due respect today. Because Mary Jane, that divine feminine way, the love that never lets go, is the only way. And it's constantly expansive in its creative applications of its conscious experience, you see. In other words, it just keeps growing in that consciousness. It's unfathomable where it is right now, let alone where it is in a moment from now. You see what I mean, Jelly Bean? We're going back to the full presence of the wholeness of everything. And nothing can be separated away from us ever again, nor can we ever feel separate from any part of creation. This is the movement that started to come in yesterday, and it's the wave of today, which is the ascendant tendency of tomorrow, and Christmas Day as well. I was thinking about doing a special show there on Christmas Day, but I think I'll keep it here and keep this expansive bubble growing. I know, you know, I'm the little seed at the bottom of the root. I'm also the little center of the bud at the center of the blossom, you see. And if I can release it, well, then the whole blossom lets go. It starts from the middle, from the most compressed part of yourself. That which has been usually most put down and put asunder by you and others too, man. The innocent love that you were so afraid of. And now you start to see, amazingly so, that's where the power and the flow of creation go. And where it come from too. That's your mother love. The innocence. The coyote secret. Ooh, babies, and in that innocence the power of the buffalo arises too. Because it remembers the feeling of unity in that innocence. The mother love, angelically given. You darn right, Grandma. You darn right. All the rest of us too, man. Keep it flowing. Keep it glowing. because this is the day to do that. Babies, and more coming in and more coming in, and babies, this is the best it's ever been. But you wait a moment, it expands again. And here we go, more Coyote Medicine on the Coyote Medicine Show, only and exclusively on the ever-loving, sweethearted, and ever-clear Hazy Radio Network, dear. Ooh, baby, the rockin'est network you ever found, since Grandpa Koyote in the morning is here to be found, hanging out with the likes of you, my sweet angelic crew. This is what we do. We celebrate, 'cause baby, it's you. Ho, ho, ho!